Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for making Daily Dose Radio your New Year's resolution. I hope that you have a great 2017, and today we're looking at Psalm 143, verses 8 and 9. Boy, some good stuff here. I hope you'll join me. Grab your Bible, and let's turn open to Psalm 143, and we'll read today 8 and 9. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk, for I lift up my soul unto thee. Deliver me, O Lord, from mine enemies. I flee unto thee to hide me. Now that's verses 8 and 9 today. 8 and 9 are the answers to verses 2 and 3. If you look back up at 2 and 3, we had the don't enter into judgment with me statement in 2, and the enemy has persecuted me in 3. Now we have the request that corresponds to those conditions. The first condition is in verse 2. He says, don't enter into judgment with thy servant. I can't stand there. I won't be able to stand in judgment. So instead of asking for justice, he asks now for mercy, because he can't stand there and get justice because he's guilty. So now he says, cause me to hear loving kindness. That is that mercy of God that's extended to those in covenant with him. The merciful, loving kindness of God. And he says, let me hear it in the morning. For in thee do I trust. And then we have the next statement, cause me to know the way wherein I should walk. You see, he said there in 2, for in thy sight shall no man living be justified. Well, what's a living man to do? A living man needs to know how he should walk. And the only way to know how to walk is to ask the Lord, cause me to know the way in which I should walk, and for I lift up my soul unto thee. So you see what the psalmist is doing here. He said in 2, don't enter into judgment with me. I can't stand in judgment. He says now in 8, cause me to hear loving kindness. Cause me to hear loving kindness and show me how I should walk. That's the only way he is ever going to have peace. That's the only way there's ever going to be reconciliation, is if the Lord extends loving kindness to him and then shows him how to walk. Because, friend, you can't do that yourself. He must show you the way. He must extend his loving kindness to you. And then we have verse 9. Deliver me, O Lord, from mine enemies. I flee unto thee to hide me. Well, the enemy was mentioned there in verse 3. The enemy has persecuted my soul, smitten my life down to the ground, made me to dwell in darkness like those who have been long dead. Now he cries out to the Lord, not complaining about the enemy, but asking for deliverance. You see, that's where the Lord wants you to be. He wants you to get to that place where you call out to him for loving kindness, for mercy, where you say to him, show me how I should live, and where you ask him for deliverance from the enemy, because the enemy is always going to do what the enemy does. He's going to persecute you. Don't use that as a crutch to try to tell the Lord why you can't do something. Call on him. Use that as an impetus to call on the Lord and to say, deliver me, O Lord. It's wonderful, these verbs that we have here. In 7, hear me speedily. In 8, cause me to hear loving kindness, that mercy of God. Cause me to know, here also in 8, the way in which I should walk. Then in 9, deliver me. So his requests are just piling up one after the other, and we see how they work so nicely with the former part of the psalm, the first half of the psalm. So 8 and 9 become an answer for 2 and 3, and show us that it's not our goodness, our righteousness, our ability, our strength to battle the enemy. No, it is the loving kindness of God who takes care of us, who shows us the way in which we should walk, and who delivers us from the enemy. Would you call on him today and ask him to do that for you? Say, Lord, I'm trusting in you. In thee do I trust. In thee do I lift up my soul. In thee do I hide. Join me again tomorrow on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.